And there was an article from the Detroit Free Press from Amari Sankofa, so shout out to him. It says Detroit Pistons expected to shop their first round pick. And this is part of his article. This is from clutchpoints.com. They wrote a piece citing Amari. And it says the rumor was shared via Detroit Free Press that states the Pistons ownership, including owner Tom Gores, does not want to risk a repeat of last season, meaning all options are on the table to become a better team this offseason. Some of the players in the range for fifth pick in 2024 for Detroit include UConn big man Donovan Clingan, Kentucky guard Reed Shepard, Serbian guard Nikola Topic, and French wing Zachary Richey. According to the Free Press report, the trade market is likely the route for the Pistons to improve their roster. Detroit has roughly $64 million in cap space available, which ranks first in the NBA. This free agency class is not expected to be strong one, with former Pistons Tobias Harris. Nick Claxton mentioned his potential roster additions in that department. So I think that was always a possibility too when we did fall to 5 that the Pistons would look to shop their first overall or their fifth overall pick. I'm not too surprised with that. I wouldn't be opposed to trading it either. I mean, if there's a trade out there on the table that you feel that can make your team better, maybe you trade down, get a player, and still get I'll just give you a scenario. Maybe they trade down like late lottery and they get a guy like, I don't know, TJ Salong. He's another French prospect that apparently they were high on, but he's not going to be a lottery pick. Maybe they can trade down with the team, get like a older veteran, and draft TJ Salong. I think that's a possibility. Or they could just altogether trade out of the pick and just get an impactful veteran on this basketball team that can contribute right now. Kind of sounds like the reporting that Tom Gores doesn't want what happened last year. And also you kind of have to read the room with Monty Williams. Monty Williams has been very vocal with saying he wants grown-ups in the room. And you guys have common sense. He's basically saying, I don't want to babysit an 18, 19-year-old on the court. I work better with veteran players. So it's very interesting that from the Free Press report that, the Pistons could possibly trade out of that fifth overall pick and try to get a veteran to try to use their cap space to get a guy that can help Kate Cunningham now rather than, draft a prospect like a Richey, a Bezelis, a Cody Williams, a Reed Shepard, a Dalton Connect, because they want to win more than 14 games. They want to have, playing aspirations. It's definitely a possibility. But I don't know. I don't really know how many teams would really be that excited trading up the fifth, given the salary that is attached with the fifth overall pick. It's around $10 million per year. I don't really know if too many teams that aren't in the top 5 want to trade up for the top 5. I don't know. Am I crazy for really thinking that teams don't want to trade up in this draft? Because I don't know. I really don't know who's going to be there at 5. There could probably be 6 to 10 prospects that could be there at 5 that the Pistons could possibly draft. I don't really know how other executives and other teams around the league view this draft. We've heard this is the weakest draft of all time. I don't really think that. I think it is up there in terms of the weakest draft, but I don't think it's the weakest draft of all time. I think there's a lot of good high-level role players in this draft, but definitely interesting that the Pistons are expected to at least field calls and, shop their pick to see if they could possibly move their fifth pick this year. But I want, just let me know if I'm crazy, because maybe I am. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe I think that no teams are going to want to trade up to the fifth pick. I don't know. I don't know too many teams that want to pay a $10 million a year salary in this draft. But let me know what you guys think.